Morning, YouTube. MC Welds here with another one. Seeing how well this stuff does on the Boda's wheels. That's the Chemical Guys heavy metal polish. It's working really good on these wheels. Not gonna go too crazy. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, but I just wanted to try it out, and it looks like this would be a good product to use on this thing. So maybe someday I'll get a actual buffer wheel, because Clifford over here's got these aluminum rims and I'd really like to see them shiny. They're in pretty good condition. They got some oxidation on them. That's gonna need a heavy cut right there, but I would like to be able to do my own. Basically just take these wheels off and buff them up real good. That'd be nice. Speaking of wheels, the other day, the service truck, I got in it in the morning and I had a low tire. Like by low, I mean it was missing all the air. So, got that taken care of. We got the spare on this side. And then over here, there's our new tire. Look at that. Oh yeah. And then, you know, we got this tire problem. That's not good. On the gantry crane. No, I haven't made a video in a while. I've just been super busy. Figured, why not make a video while I'm super busy, because, you know, that's content. And any content's good content, right? So, I don't know. It's currently 8:10. I gotta wait on a customer to get here so he can take these goat stands off my hands. But just swept the trailer out, blew it out this morning, cleaned off the weld table, got the trash taken out, weed eated under the trucks and trailers. We got this tire loaded. But while we're waiting for the customer to get here, I'm gonna go ahead and check all the oil and all the fluids and all the trucks, because somebody's got to pay attention to it. This 6.7, while I love the body style and I actually love everything about this truck, the hood never seems to latch fully. Even though how much I lube that up, never seems to latch down. I have to drive it down the road a couple times before the hood will latch back. Oil's good. This truck is terrible also. Not terrible, but it does leak a little bit of coolant. So I always like to check that. Should probably use a drop. Now for this big sassy girl. This truck could actually use a little bit. Let's check the coolant. She looks full. You can see the difference in color right there. Just want to double check. That's a good color too. That's like, it's orange. It's like name brand Dexcool. That's cool. I am not running OEM coolant in the other trucks. Mirrors even nice and clean. Hardly any bugs on the back. Focus. Oh yeah. Right on the checker. Right on the Mark II, where she needs to be. Let's check this coolant. Kind of have my doubts. I feel like this thing eats coolant just like the 6.7. Oh, there's some in there, yeah. It'd suck if I dropped my flashlight in there. Yeah. I mean, You can see the line right there where the coolant is. It needs to be up here. So it looks like Cliff and Victoria both need coolant. Noted. We'll go do that. And then Boda needs maybe a quart or two of 1030. We'll walk over here to the supply shack and get some oil and coolant. Well, would you look at that? It's like somebody went and bought a couple boxes of it. It's almost like we use this stuff a lot. Let's see what one does. We'll see. That actually reminds me, I need another can of this stuff to put in the 6.7. She is out. Pretty much. Yep, out. Don't need that cap. For me, it's like not even worth putting the caps on these things. I don't keep the caps on them. They just get broken and lost. There we go. I just keep that straw. Super handy. There we go. Now we need a funnel. I wonder what funnel is going to work best. I want to assume this one, but I think this one's going to work. If I remember right, the oil fills on a different spot. Not like near the dipstick at all. It's kind of like up on the engine, top of it somewhere. I don't know, I have to look. Yay! There we go. Let's just make sure. 5W30. 10W30. Fuck. It'll work. More oil is better than no oil, right? Right. I guess I need to go get some 530 then. Because I know this is wrong, but she's coming up on needing an oil change anyway. Who knows what that's going to cost? I don't know. Comment down below if you know how much oil these 8.1s take. It's an 8.1 Chevy. It's a big old gasser engine. It's a mean girl, no. I mean, she'll pass anything but a gas station, but not very fast. But she rides 75 really good on the interstate, though, I will say. When I brought her home, I was coming back about an hour and a half away from where the dealership was. She did beautiful. She really did. She handled great, even on these lovely Midwest highway roads that we have. It really did do a good job. I'm gonna put about half of this in there, then check it. Like, I know some oil is better than no oil, but more oil is really bad. Like, just as bad. I had a family member one time put too much oil in their car. Blew up the oil pump sending unit, or oil pump in general, I think. Yeah, didn't go too well. Also had another family member put windshield wiper fluid in their oil. They ran it like that for, I think, a day or two. Car's still running. I wonder if there were any bubbles coming out of the tailpipe. That would have been hilarious. We did put like 1,000th of oil on the dipstick, so we're gonna dump this whole thing in there. I knew it was this was gonna do like that much, because it's just so big of an engine. I mean, at 8.1, the 6.7 I think is a pretty decent sized engine. It's pretty average size actually when you compare it to a gasser size like V8. The V10, I think it's a I forget what displacement it is, but it's a decent sized gasser engine too. I love the V10s though. I love them. They're good trucks. They don't get the best fuel economy, but they're a great alternative to diesel with like a fraction of the maintenance cost. You don't have to worry about... I don't know if Ford still makes the V10s. No, they make the 7.3 Godzillas. Which I think, if I had to get a new version of Victoria, the service truck over here, I would definitely opt for that. I'd be willing to try it out. I've heard really good things about it. Oh yeah. She's on the map now. I'll just have to make put in my notes to get, when we do an oil change on it, to do 530. Not that it probably makes that big of a difference, 1030, 530, but I'm sure some YouTube armchair mechanic will tell me wrong in the comments. It's alright. It's all good. Alright. Coolant. Come down here to our vehicle fluids. I have coolant. Oh, I think I do actually. Yeah, I just remembered. I keep coolant in this truck, on the service truck, in that box, along with 2.5 gallon jug of Rotella T4, just because this truck likes its coolant, and if I'm ever a couple states away and can't get oil for some reason, it starts using oil, I have a way of getting myself to somewhere. So, or if any machine or anything needs oil too. Proper color funnel. Take that, you armchair mechanics. Gotta wipe it out good too, so we don't get any particulate matter in the $13,000 power source. Not cheap, boys. It's all cool to have a diesel, but man, let me tell you, you better be making money with it, or have a lot of money. Anyway, and she might want to just take all of it. And she's gonna need more. Well, I better put on the list. We need a couple boxes of whatever it was. I think it was 530, 5W30 for Berta, and a couple boxes of coolant. Because these are my last boxes. These are my last jugs. Man. Yeah, I wasn't kidding when I told you guys she's hard on the coolant. Hey, I think she's starting to come up. I think. Hey! And she was a little thirsty. That's perfect. She'll like that a lot better. Drink up, darling. All right, on to Clifford. Because Clifford needs a little bit of refreshments as well this morning. Every year I do a coolant flush on the 6.7. I need, since this truck's new and Berta's new, we're gonna add those to the maintenance plan. Every year they get a coolant flush. Hey, that's a flashlight. Man, this thing's dirty. I'd say that's about there. A little bit more. You can't have too much coolant, just like oil. I know that. That'll do. She's right where she needs to be. Perfect. All right. The trucks have coolant. The trucks have oil. Let's check some belts. All right, now, Victoria, it's really hard to see the belts on this thing. You gotta look through this little window right here. I like that. You can hardly stick your hand down there, but you can just feel the idler kind of jiggle it. Kind of feels like that idler's a little loose. Huh. So the 6.7 has, on the idler pulley, a little bit of a shake to it. You guys can hear that. I know you probably can't see it, but listen. See it down there? It's not super concerning. It's just something that when this thing does go in for a whole bunch of stuff, kind of got a small list on it. It's a great truck. There's no check engine lights. Everything works great on it. But there's just small stuff that needs maintenance done. Like I got to get a new intercooler for it. And forget what else. Like an intercooler, and I gotta fix that coolant problem. And I know that's not gonna be cheap, but while they're in there, they might as well change out that stuff. I'll check the belts on Boda. So, feels okay. I don't see. I'm mainly looking for rips, tears, or threads. Thin belts. That belt looks a little thin. Idler has a little shake in it too, but not too much. It's just like a small amount. Maybe they're all supposed to move a little bit. I don't know. I just got the idler replaced on the 6.7 2 years ago, and I doubt it'd be going bad again, but I don't know. The engine vibrates a lot for, yeah, that guy's still good. I don't see any rips or tears or threads. Okay. Oh. Huh. Well, that probably needs put back in. That's the old training fluid. Alright, well, this truck's done. Everything's taken care of. This truck's done. Everything's taken care of here. And this truck's done. Let's check the, yep, we're good. See what I mean? Sucks. And no matter how hard you slam this thing, it comes up. You guys in the comments that drive these older 6.7s, Fords, let me know in the comments if you have fixed something like that or have a fix for it, or did something that works. Please let me know, because it drives me crazy not being able to shut my hood till I'm at where I'm going, and then it shuts. It's annoying. All right, let's warm this old beast up. Oh yeah. Okay, so here's the problem. It will not go down anymore because I lifted it up a little bit, but this pin is in the way. And the reason that pin's there and the reason I don't use the pin is because you don't really need it a whole lot. on the service truck, and that's what usually hauls this trailer. But on this guy, you do use it. Now, I was not the last one to use this trailer. My brother was. And his truck sits up so freaking high that you basically, you max the jack out, almost. So, I don't think he knew to not put the pin in. Because now I gotta use this jack to jack the trailer up so I can move the pin out, just so I can put it on the ball of my truck. Ooh, this thing scares me sometimes. Well, that's one way to put it on the hitch. Okay, now we're back on track. Yeah, that needs air. I knew that one would. That one's good. That one's good. Yep. It's the one that always needs air. Needs air. Got the trailer hooked up though. We are always having tire problems out here. Maybe it has something to do that we're always on a construction site. Probably, but it's not like I'm hard on vehicles. I don't know. I gotta get my gloves. All right, we are ready to roll. All right, we got the dump trailer hooked up. On our way to go load up some scrap. And then after we go unload scrap at the old scrap yard, well, before we go to the scrap yard, I gotta stop by a tire shop and offload that tire so that way I can not be using the spare on the 6.7. And then we'll go to the scrap yard, dump our load. Hopefully the tire's done by then. We can pick it up on our way back and swing by Menards and get some coolant, box of coolant and a couple boxes of oil. We'll be ready to roll. Alex is supposed to be here today. We're prepping for a job that we're doing Friday. Today's Wednesday. Yeah. So we'll have some stuff to do around the yard, just getting this dump trailer ready. We're actually going to use this Clifford and the dump trailer and the 6.7. Maybe Buddha, I don't know. Depends on what I feel like doing. Buddha hasn't seen a job yet, so I'm really excited to get her on one. But I don't know. All right, see you guys when I get there. All right, guys, we have our loop in tow. He had a lot more scrap than I thought he did. On the bright side, though, is a super nice guy. Helped me load it with the skid steer and help hand load the small things. He didn't have to do that. On the other bright side is we're on a route with him now, so we got a scrap schedule with him. So that's kind of cool. We got a new scrap client. Cool. Well, oh fucker. I'm about to lose a piece of tin. This is why I hate hauling tin. This is why I absolutely despise hauling tin. Fuck it. Everything stayed on. Alright. Oh yeah. That won't go anywhere. That'll be fine. That'll get us home. Probably tighten that guy up just a couple more hairs, right? The thing is, the reason I hate hauling tin so much is because, well, the main reason is because it's so light and floppy that it will slip out from under your straps if the wind, when you're driving, because the wind's blowing this way, and it could go hit somebody's car or land on the side of the road and you not know it. So, because it's not loud, it's not heavy, it's pretty light stuff, it'll fly right off. I've hauled a lot of tin in my scrapping days, but it's not my favorite. And of course I didn't bring my straps either, because I didn't know I was going to be hauling tin. Let's just say from any scrapping point on, we're going to bring the crate of straps for the dump trailer. That would have been a little smart. I wouldn't have had any worries if I had all my straps with me. But, oh well. We'll be alright. We got 2 on there. I'll see you guys when we get back to the yard. Ladies and gentlemen, observe the loot, the scrap. I mean, this is really the first time ever that I've been able, first time in a while at least, that I've been able to load my truck bed as well. So let's take a look at what we got. Well, we got our table for when, you know, we can have a break room table if we wanted to. Put that, you know, in our break room when we get one. We got quite a bit of this cable here. It's still in halfway good shape. I might hold on to this so when we do ironworking jobs or whatever, we can tie onto that. Kidding. We'll probably find a use for it, non-load bearing use for it. Got a wood vise. That's kind of cool. Some plumbing fittings. Ew, shark bite. Those aren't good for money. At least they're brass, or copper, whatever they are. I think they're, brass, bronze, whatever. Radiator, a lot of tin. See, this is the stuff I really don't like hauling. There's just not that much value in it. It just really isn't. But yeah, just your typical scrap haul. But there's something under this tin right here. There's something under this tin right here that I am very curious about. And that would be this thing. I have no clue what this thing does. I'm assuming it's to control a pump. I don't know. Tell me in the comments if you know what this thing is. I think it's got a switch or something. I don't know. Ooh. Looks like some kind of gear pump in there. Something that needs oil. Oh, yeah, that's full of oil. I'm glad that didn't bust open. Some connections. We should be able to power it up. Huh. Maybe it's some kind of something for testing water or something? I don't know. Super weird. That switch will not power on. Huh. Super weird. Kind of cool though. Kind of cool looking. And then we got a pressure tank. That's always nice. What I'll probably do with it is I'll probably cut the top off of it, cut that pipe out, and then now we got a little scrap barrel, something metal we can throw scrap in. But yeah, let me get started on processing this stuff, taking out the stuff that I want to keep, and I'll get back with you guys. Another thing I would like to keep is this shelf right here. It's not really a shelf, but I want it to use it as a shelf, because just imagine, like, it's pretty much halfway built. It'd be really cool, something to put in the storage shack, or maybe even a command center. I don't know. But I do want to keep that. And there's another thing I want to keep, and it's way back down in the bottom. And I want to package this a little better. So I'm going to wait till my helper gets here. And then then we'll do some more work. Hey guys, Matt here. It's a little later in the day. We've already hauled our scrap, and we just got back from lunch. We already dropped our tire off at our tire shop, but check this guy out. This guy, I got this with the scrapping deal. You guys know what this is? That is a vessel for liquid nitrogen. So I'm gonna have to get me a cap for that, and it's got some rustic stuff going on it, a lot of patina. That would be a cool decoration someday, so I'm gonna hold on to that. Got me a pair of post hole diggers, the midget versions. I'm gonna put new handles on them, and then at the scrapyard, we got us a new muffler for this truck. So she's gonna have a certified dump muffler installed, so that's better than the ones that it has now, because it's really loud. It's hard to be on the phone at the same time as being in this truck driving, which is a big deal for me. So right now we're over here setting up our mocking up the platform that we're going to use on this column project. You see we got our columns here. They're 24-foot mill length columns, and we're going to use those to beef up the the balcony part of this dock that we're doing. We're supposed to be doing it Friday and Saturday, but I don't know, it's kind of weather dependent. Okay, I gotta go to the tire shop and pick my tire back up for the service truck. It's starting to sprinkle a little bit. I hope I can get that tire on before this place becomes a mud hole that it usually does when it rains. And then if I get that tire on, I can kind of finish up doing the dock temporary walkway. But I can do that in the trailer, so whether it rains or not, I can get it done. My plan is that, but whether it happens or not, I don't know. We got the tubing. We got that 4-inch by 4-inch tubing put back over there in the back. It's on the trailer, loaded up already. I gotta look at the weather forecast real quick. Based on the weather forecast, I think we're going to plan on Saturday and Sunday instead of Friday and Saturday. Just because Friday it's supposed to rain in the morning. And even though we're going to be under a dock or a platform, so to speak, I really don't want to be in the rain, putting my tools in the rain if I don't have to. We're already going to be surrounded by water, so I don't know. And while I'm over at Bell Tire for the second time today, we might as well make another second trip to Menards. I do need something. I got these post hole diggers from the scrap run, and I kind of want to go ahead and put a handle on them. I'm going to have all the woodworking stuff out anyway, because I'm doing some carpentry work on getting this temporary walkway built. So might as well go ahead and get those done. That way we'll have 3 pairs of post hole diggers. Why do we need 3? I don't know. In case one breaks, I guess. I don't know. But we'll have quite a few hand tools. I need to start numbering them. But I don't know. I mean, we got quite the collection of hand tools. And I'm not meaning like wrenching tools. I mean like wrenching tools and hand tools for like digging, rakes, spades, flat shovels, hooks, hose. I mean, we got all kinds of stuff. I don't know why we need all of it. I mean, occasionally we do fence, so that does help with that, but, and we are kind of just a construction company at this point, so it helps to have all that. Okay, YouTube. We are done with Menards. And headed back home. Oh. I had to get me something with caffeine in it. Feeling tired, and it's only like 4 o'clock. So I don't know why I'm feeling tired. I slept great last night. Okay. So, by the way, if you guys didn't know, 2 of those handles for fence post diggers cost $15 a piece. Now, for $30, you can get you a very shitty pair of post hole diggers. However, the ones that I got from the scrap run, and I know they're that particular one because my dad has, and he still has a pair from Home Depot that he bought 15 years ago. And they have, I have dug plenty of holes with them. So, in that case, I think it's worth it to go ahead and put some new handles on it. Give her some love. But yeah, $30 for 2 wooden handles. It's insane. And, if you buy a cheaper one and they got wood handles on them, it doesn't even make sense to put new handles on it. It's crazy. But I'm doing it to this one because I believe they're the same ones from Home Depot. The older ones. So, we're going to sharpen them up, lube them up, put new handles on them. I got some sander pads too for my orbital, my 5-inch orbital, because recently I've been filing off the some residue or whatever they put on the handles. And what I like to do is I like to put boiled linseed oil on them. They last a little bit longer and it's better on your hands than whatever that stuff is. The wood lasts way longer. And because if you let them sit out in the sunlight, or even just over a couple weeks of working outside, that stuff will start to blister up and it just looks terrible. And the wood starts to splinter. It's nasty. So I usually sand them all down and then soak them and get a good soaking of boiled linseed oil on them, just to help them last longer. Because I guess they are $30 wood handles. Jeez, I can't believe that. That's crazy. I don't even know if they're made in U.S. How hard is it to turn a piece of wood on a lathe? That's surely automated, right? That's surely automated. I don't know. But, yep, we're headed back to the yard now. We're going to get that temporary walkway built. And then we're going to put new handles on these post hole diggers. So, yeah, we'll see how she goes. Okay, YouTube, so it looks like they're actually working on getting some gravel down before it pours rain for the next 3 days. We're supposed to get 4 inches of rain. Directly under this gravel is freshly turned dirt. Like 4 inches of it. So I'm glad they're putting something down, because that would be miserable. We're supposed to get a little over, I think, 3 inches of rain in the next 3 days. I think at a rate about an inch a day, roughly. So pretty consistent. So this road would be washed out and an absolute hillbilly ball come out. Be able to test out this truck's 4-wheel drive for real. But hopefully we don't have to do it in that manner, because we all know how easily the service truck gets stuck. But yeah, it looks like they're doing pretty good, putting some gravel down. I'm right behind this grader right now, so it'll be a while. But yeah, it's good day so far. The day's really only halfway over. I got that temporary walkway to build and those post handles to do. Then I gotta move stuff back into the job trailer. So, yeah, it is what it is. Once we get up here, I'll show you what this road really consists of. And I mean, it is dirt, like, like dirt road. Man, I'm so glad they're getting that stuff. They're trying to get that gravel down before it rains. That's awesome. That's awesome. The one time that county does something to our roads that I'm appreciative of. But let me just show you guys what this road is. So this is what this road is. It's really just loose gravel compacted with dirt. I mean, it is loose as could be. So that's awesome that they're trying to put something on it. Because forbid if we needed Boda on a job and that road is like that. I mean, we'd probably just hook up from truck to truck. This truck would be in the front and it would go Cliff, Victoria, and then Boda. We'd hook chains to each other, kind of like going up FSR roads. Or FRS roads or whatever, forestry service roads, and logging country. Just chain them all up and drag them up the mountain. That's what we'd be doing, except flat on a road of mud. 2 4-wheel drive trucks pulling a big old, probably want to say 17,000 pound, loaded up, tooled up. Big truck, so wouldn't that be a sight to see? I'm sure one of these days I'll get the opportunity to do that with my rigs, but let's just hope it's in a while. Let's just hope that they all have good tires when we do have to do that. But look at this. Mick Weld's got a new cooler. It's for us and the guys when we get to working on that parking garage job. I don't know if you guys knew this, but it's actually an OSHA law. And yes, OSHA is law. They're not guidelines, they are law. They govern all of the, as I'm sure you guys know, workplaces in America. So, with that said, the law is over 82 degrees Fahrenheit, you have to supply your guys with cold drinking water, cold, clean, drinkable water, potable water, whatever. So that's the main reason for that cooler. It's actually a requirement. We have to we have to have cold water. I mean, would you want to work someplace where they didn't have cold water when it was over 82 degrees? So yeah, that's the reason for that. But we also have a big old 5-gallon jug water cooler as well that we fill with ice. And over time, we will let the ice melt and we'll just keep adding ice. So there's always cold water coming out of that thing. So, and we take it off the trucks at night or whatever. Sometimes we'll leave it on because it drops in temperature, or we'll put it inside if it's raining or whatever. But that thing is awesome. We used that last summer and that worked out great. So we're going to do that again this year, but this will just be supplementary as well. Not that we would really run out, but it's also for like if the guys want to have their energy drinks or whatever, or their soda or pop, whatever they want, they could throw it in this one. That one's for drinking water, not a cooler. And we don't want people's hands going down into the drinking water. We want fresh water as drinking water, and water bottles and energy drinks, whatever, can go into that cooler over there. So that's the reason for that. So that was my justification for purchase. All right. So enough talk. Let's get to work on this project. Oh, it's a little dark in here. Oh, that reminds me. I need to fuel up the generator. Generator's on and fueled up, or fueled up and then on and connected. That makes more sense. We are in our command center right now, Our command center is 28 feet long, and I have dreamed about a place for a long time to be able to do these kind of projects and not have to do it in the rain or wait for good weather. This is something I can do whenever I want, so when time allows. So we got our 2x6s in here, and we got our plywood. Let me draw out kind of what I'm gonna do. So my original idea, imagine those are 2x6s. I was gonna take 4 2x6s, 16 feet long, and lay this 5/8 plywood right over the top of it and screw it in. Well, I was kind of worried about it. My worry was correct. This is too flexible. It flexes way too much. So what I'm going to do instead is we're still going to do the plywood on top, but I'm going to put a 2x6 here, 2x6 here, and we're going to stiffen it up. I'll make it, that's the cut in half view. Cut away view. Over here, what we're going to do is, basically, this is the bird's eye view. Okay, now we're going to take a 2x6 here, and there's 2x6s here. Basically going to make a box, okay? Screw them all in from the sides using 2 or 3 screws, and then we're going to come in the middle. I'm going to put a couple more 2x6s going like that, you know, and we're going to screw in from the top, and that's going to be a lot sturdier than plan A was. So we're not doing this. That's the one we're doing. That's what we're building. Man, it is really coming down now. Ugh. I don't like the rain. That's the bane of every welder's existence. Rain. Well guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on this project, and I will try to remember to keep you guys updated as I go. I know I'm pretty bad at that, but the only way to get better is to keep trying, I guess. I'll see you guys in a minute. Well guys, we just lost power. I'm assuming it was the low oil alarm on it. I don't know if it troubled out as a low oil, because I went to go over there and look at it, and it took about half a quart bottle of oil. So I hope that was the problem. We're gonna go try to reset it and get this trailer back online so we can get this project done. If not, that's okay. I've got multiple backups. I mean, we can just fire up one of the engine drives on the rigs and just use that. But I'd rather not put hours on something like that, you know? I'm very particular on using those things for, you know, on jobs so they don't accumulate a bunch of hours. I mean, even though the one on the 6.7's got almost 400 hours on it, it's just about a year or so old. It's still not something I want to do, is accumulate a bunch of hours on them. Those machines make me a lot of money, so. This generator I got out here, though, it's a different story. This thing has a little over 200 something, I think 231 hours on it, and it's kind of a junker. We bought it for a project last year, absolutely abused it. Like, we didn't even mean to abuse it. It just got abused. It was on a construction site, not mounted on a truck, constantly being beat up and drug in and out of a trailer, and the starter don't work. The air intake is held on with a zip tie. I tried to fix the starter issue, which turned out to be the solenoid. Let a bunch of smoke out behind the board one time. I mean, you got to start it with a freaking electric start, eh? You got to start it with one of these because it doesn't have a pull cord. Because every time I put a pull cord on it, you got to pull and pull and pull on it sometimes. So it's had a miserable life, but it still generates power good enough to power the stuff at the yard. So I'm just kind of waiting for it to crap out before I buy another one. The next one will be a Predator, though. I've had very good luck with those Predator engines. I'm going to get the new, I think Harbor Freight has a new 13 kW now, tri-fuel, and that's kind of cool. I'd like to give one of those a try. So I'm absolutely willing to go spend the money on one of those to see how they do. But also we have contracts to back up power, so we need to be able to have a reliable generator that's not mounted to a truck. So let me go try to restore power and get this thing back online so that way we can finish up doing this project. And we're back. I guess it just needed oil. That thing burns a lot of oil. It burns it and leaks it. That's another problem it has. So let's get back to work on this project. Okay, a little update. That generator kept kicking off. I don't know why. I got the Victoria running the engine drive right now. So it is what it is. This is our progress so far. I got that one to put in right there, and then I got to put in that one. And this top frame is done. Yeah. Should support 2 guys. Once it's all joined together with plywood, that should support 2 guys with ladders and about 200 pounds of material. I might use up that little scrap piece right there, so I can put another support in here somewhere. I don't know. We actually got that guy if we wanted to use it too, but I don't know. I think it'll stiffen up just fine with the plywood on there. I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. Maybe maybe make a railing on one side. I don't know. I think that's a little too far. The water's only 4 foot deep. I think after I think it's 6 foot water, that insurance requires us to have PFDs. So I think the OSHA one's like 6 foot too. Let me double check that before I go running my mouth. Okay, so I just checked OSHA's website, and they do not specify. Neither could I find a specific depth of water requirement. The way OSHA says it, the way that I'm going to have to kind of decide for myself is the probability or is the opportunity of drowning present? I mean, you could drown with a teaspoon of water, so what the hell does that mean? You know? Here's the thing. Oh, I guess not a teaspoon, a cup, or whatever. I don't know. Here's my takeaway. I'm going to build this platform. We're going to wear our life jackets. Solves the problem. Seems a little silly. The water's only 4 feet deep at the deepest part of the dock. The shallowest is 2 feet. Now 4 feet to me is like up to here. I'm pretty short. So I don't know. Here's my thing. We're going to be wearing our FR clothes with our steel toe boots, with our hard hats, our welding gloves, and working around extension cords and ladders. If our foot gets caught on something or whatever, and we go under head first, I think we should go ahead and wear our life jackets just to bring at least our heads to the surface. If we do get caught on something, I guess we'll wear them. Oh well, way she goes. That means this is a 3-person job. That means I need to get another life jacket, and we only have 2 welding rated life jackets, and they take about a month and a half to get shipped from California. So I'm gonna have to go to Menards again and go get one, and that's gonna be kind of the laborer's jacket because he can't be anywhere near the welding process when we're doing that. They're gonna have to, you know, the fitter's jacket is gonna be one of the welding rated ones. I'm gonna be, of course, using the welding rated one too. So there goes 2 of our welding rated ones. So the laborer kind of cutting steel and bringing stuff down to us to the dock and managing our cables and making sure our ladders are set up and holding stuff on one end while I tack it way over there. I think that's acceptable. I think we can get away with that. So not even get away with it. I don't see any prevalent hazard of him wearing a non-welding jacket when he's over 10 feet away from any welding operations at all, and we're going to be super cautious about it. And the thing that you got to consider the reason I'm so picky, it seems, about this type of work is because I want to do it right. I want to make sure my rear end's covered. I want to make sure we have a good presentation to the customer. When we go there, it's like we're performing. Every job is a performance. So the smoother it goes, and whether we stick to our script or not, whether we make it look like we stick to our script, that's good. That's good. We want that. So that's why I stress this kind of stuff so much. Is one, it's safety. You got to take safety seriously. Right? That's just the bottom line. 2, it looks good when you got the proper gear to do your job. And it makes the customer be like, oh wow, you know, he did charge me that much to do this, but I could see where it goes. Goes towards the safety of his guys, goes towards their, you know, the shirts, the company issued shirts with their names on them. They're, you know, not rusted out, ratted out trucks. So, it'll be worth it. We got plenty of budget on this job to go and buy a $30 life jacket, you know, that'll probably never be used again. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe it'll stay in Cliff and be a quoting jacket. I don't know. We'll see. So, that's that. Issue solved. I know sometimes I get rambling on stuff, but I want to show you guys my thoughts and my way of processing things. I know it's not always clear, and it's kind of jumbled up, but that's just the way she goes. You know, you don't like it, there's plenty of people that are way better at YouTube than me. So, but if you want to bear with me, you might learn something. Who knows? I might learn something from the comments. It's all a learning game. That's all life is. It's a learning game. Look at my sick dopey dope carpenter skills over here. Any local carpenters hiring? Just kidding. I would be a terrible carpenter. I say that, but I'm more of a metal guy. Although carpenters do, technically the carpenter union, they do metal studs. Last time I talked to a couple carpenters, they said they have a welding crew on them. They do a little bit of welding. So the carpenters union is kind of just adapting with times, you know. There's still a lot of wood frame construction, but they gotta, you know, train their guys up to be as diverse as possible. So that's kind of cool. I didn't know that. But tell me in the comments below if you're a union carpenter and you guys do a little welding or do, you know, metal studs and all that. I'm sure that's not just around here. But of course, the bigger cities, I'm sure they have separate labor unions for all that kind of stuff. But yeah, progress report. See you on the next progress report. Progress update. 3 screws per side each board goes into, so it's nice and sturdy. I'm getting ready to lay down some of that plywood on there and get my chalk line out. Gonna measure off from the side, mark each down the whole way, snap it, and cut it. But first, I think I'm gonna screw that plywood on there, just so it's not moving on me when I'm cutting it. I can just go down the whole thing and not have to stop really. That's the plan. We'll see. So, progress update complete. Okay guys, so much for keeping you updated. It's about done. I gotta make one cut and it's done. Well, it was going to be done until I got a couple more ideas. So let me bring you along and show you. I've got this 2x6 screwed down as a track for my saw, my skill saw, so I can just go along the whole thing. And if you see my skill saw way down there, let me zoom in a little bit for you. You can see that my skill saw way down there looks like the board may bow in just a hair, but that's fine. We accounted for that. It's gonna cut right here, so it's gonna leave me a little wiggle room because I figured the board was a little. So there we go. Screwed down on both ends. Like I said, she's got a little bit of wiggle room, but not a whole lot. We accounted for that. That's okay. We can always take more off and always add back on with wood. That's why I like to take things a little bit slower when I'm working with wood. Metal, I screw up, I can put it back together. Sometimes. But this stuff, once you cut it, you can't really put it back together without really cobbling stuff up. So, I'm not a professional woodworker either, so I wouldn't know how to fix my fuck up and make it look like it wasn't fucked. So, that's what we got so far. Alright, it's like a stage. Stage builder, set grip, for hire. She's not bad. This gap right here is because I did not account for mill length. So these are actually 16 and 1 inch boards, not 16 dead foot boards, which I knew. I just didn't at the time I was putting it together, but that's okay. We took one of these. I'll flip it over here soon so you guys can see what I did there. It's pretty smart, at least for me. Here's my plan. I want to take a hole saw and hole saw me about a 2 inch hole here and same over here on the corners. Those two corners and these two corners, and here's one. We're going to use this 2x6 that I'm using as a saw track right now to move this thing across the dock, and we're going to lay this 2x6 across it, and we're going to shove this thing over to the other side. So in order to make sure that goes smoothly and this doesn't become a dock, like go in the water, we're going to be guiding it with a set of ropes. Now it's going to be pretty straightforward. I mean, we're going to have 2 ropes over there and 2 ropes over here, and we can basically just kind of lift it up and walk it across a ladder if we have to. I kind of want to avoid that, but I could put this 2x6 across one of my ladders, my extension ladders or something, and kind of just you know, but we'll try to avoid that. I was thinking of just pushing it across and using a pair of ropes to kind of help pull it across and guide it. And then it's also going to help us lift it up too. So I don't know. Shit. I might need to add that to my Menards list, because I don't have, believe it or not, out of all the things I do have, I do not have rope. I do not keep rope around. Chain, I got plenty of chain still in the box, still in the bag, ready to go. Brand new chain, all sizes you want, but I don't have rope. I failed as a stagehand / grip set. Don't have any rope. Oh well. I don't think I was getting the job anyway, unfortunately. Some may say a lack of experience. Some may say poor craftsmanship. Personally, it was probably his character. The show goes on. So I'm going to cut this board and hope everything goes well and it doesn't look terrible. Okay, my idea worked pretty well. It's pretty fairly straight. Overhang wise, it does kind of go in and out a little. I don't know if that's because these boards or this one. There's a lot of variables in here. Also, where I put the supports and where it bows out. This board is also something to consider. I dug into it a little bit there. In some areas it's nice and flush, looks really good. In other areas, down here, yeah. Just buzzed it a little, that's okay. Just buzzed it a little. But yeah, I'm about to unscrew this saw track, and this girl just needs some holes cut, and then on that end too. So yeah, she'll be good to go. Maybe I'll paint it too, not like full on paint it, but like paint our lettering or something on there. That would be kind of cool. I don't know if we'd ever need something like this again. I don't even know where I'm going to put it. I don't really plan on storing it. This is kind of one of those consumable items that just gets built for the job. But I would hate to just like, I mean, I'm not, all this stuff isn't going to waste, but I guess I know how to build one when I need one again. Am I going to need one again? At least I know how to build one. That obviously takes up too much room. I cannot keep something like this. For this, what for being the biggest storage area that we have right now, this is my area to work. So, that's a little predicament for the day. She's looking good. I'm proud of it. Good enough for who it's for, right? Okay, guys. I've done as much as I can for today. I've even put our watermark on there, or trademark or whatever that we put on our equipment. It's all done for today. Like I said, I'm going to take some hole saws. I'm actually thinking now I want to do it right over here, because that would create more of a tripping hazard. So if I do it back here, and right here, we take a rope, we tie a knot there, we tie a knot there, and we just make it come out to where it's about that high, where we can hold on to it and walk it. That's going to be a lot easier for transport. We can wiggle it like a puppet, left and right, and then we can go forward and back. We'll have complete control over it for the most part. And yeah, also having it right there, when this is sitting on the dock, we'll take that rope and we'll push it through that hole on both sides, and that way the rope will be kind of up against that, and it won't really prevent a tripping hazard. As if it was right here, you could, you know, tripping hazard is number one on this. That's the number one thing we want to eliminate. Okay, that's the number one thing. But that's as much as I can do today. Tomorrow, we'll go to Menards, get what we need, of course. Tomorrow we need a PFD and some rope. I kind of want to do some nylon rope because it's going to be near water. I don't know what other types of rope there are really. Polyester, I think, is one. I don't know, something plastic, something that ain't gonna deteriorate. But you know, like I said, this is probably gonna be a one-time build. If I'll tell you what, I'll keep it together for a month, and after a month, if the rumor doesn't get out over where the lake is that we're doing this kind of stuff, we're gonna tear this thing down. We're not gonna burn anything. We're gonna recycle everything. We're gonna store all these materials and the other trailer. Maybe make a shelf out of them. Something. I mean, these are not scrap. They will not go to scrap. They will just be repurposed. So I keep talking like it's, you know, oh, once we're done, this is gonna be put in a dumpster. No. That is not how I built this company, and that is not what we're gonna do with this. I mean, in total, you're looking at probably, I think it was $160, including the screws, the paint, the 2x6s. That's not. It's really not. Now my time to build it, I mean, yeah, that's something, but it is what it is. So yeah, this skid, or float, or temporary walkway is the way I described it in my drawings, is going to go in that dump trailer right there. Yeah, gonna be a good day. It is actually really sturdy though. Alright, just to show you guys, I can lift this thing up. Just me, I can lift this thing up pretty easily, actually. it doesn't weigh a whole lot. And having those ropes on there to be able to pick it up from the ground about that high, that's going to help a lot. We don't want it too high. We can always tie extra knots behind where they go through the 2x6s, so to adjust the height. But I like it about that height, so when you're walking with it, it's above your feet, and you're not kicking it, so you're not walking like this. You're walking at a nice, comfortable pace. It's up high enough off the ground. Your feet aren't running into it. That's kind of what I want to do. So we're going to have to set that height when we get the rope tomorrow. But other than that, look at my stage. Play the guitar. Yeah, buddy. Mic test, mic test. Alright. I guess it's time to call it a day out here. There's really nothing else I need to do. I got these stupid post hole, these guys, for the post hole diggers. Can you believe that two of these two, and I told you, I was bitching earlier in this video. Can you believe that two of these? Oh yeah, there's my chalk line. I need to put a new string in it. I broke that. It needed broke anyway because it was all frayed up inside there, and it wouldn't let me pull it past like 3.5 feet, which is the most almost inconvenient thing because it's not even 4 foot. At least give me 4 foot so I can go across this. Now, at least give me 8 foot. Okay, whatever. At least give me 4 foot. No, it was 3.5. Is where it broke at. So, way she goes. Ain't that the way she goes? Anyway, back to my rant. These two things right here, they're handles for post hole diggers and other similar type hand tools. These two handles right here were $30 together. You know, they're 15 bucks a piece with tax and all. Baker Pro Tools. I don't know if they're like made in the US or what, but I don't know why I'm so salty about it. But it's really hard to like justify repairing something nowadays with the smaller hand tool stuff. It's crazy, but you know, it's something I like to do as a hobby when I'm scrapping, and I'll actually show you guys. Let me show you something. These two shovels right here, actually, okay? These two shovels, I got these when I was scrapping, okay? Perfectly good spades. I put new handles on them. I did the whole Wrangler Star ritual and scraped all that nasty, whatever that shiny coating that they put on there. Like I was talking earlier, you work with these things out in the sun for like a couple weeks and it starts to get really frayed and baked off, and it's like a plasticky layer. They put it on everything, even metal hand tools. And that's one of the first things I do when I get metal hand tools is I take a wire wheel and get it all off and spray it down with like PB Blaster or WD-40 or cutting fluid or something, because it drives me nuts. It makes your tools look like, after a week of using them, it makes them look like they're 10 years old. And I don't know about you guys, but I like nice looking tools when I can. So, yeah, these two shovels right here. Now we got two more perfectly good shovels. These handles were a little bit less expensive than these guys. I'm assuming just because you can turn these things down on the lathe. Maybe there's an extra process for this. I don't think so, because they probably all start out as this cube stuff, don't they? Because then you can contour different handles. Out of this one cube, 4 foot stick of wood, you can probably make like 10 different styles of handles. But, I don't know. But no, I take that coating off and I coat them with linseed oil. These guys are still on their first coat. You do, I think it's a coat every day for a week, and then once a week for 6 months, and then once a year, I believe. That's the way Wrangler Star does it. I don't know. I have to reference this video when I go to reapplicate these with oil linseed oil. But, yeah. And I can already tell you right now, the handles feel a lot better. Okay? Because I got bitch hands. But, now, these we got 2 more shovels just like that. So I like repurposing stuff and bringing it back to life, wire wheeling these up and spraying them down with oil and sharpening them. It's a really cool process to me, and like I said, I am not saving money by doing that. The cost of those 2 handles alone, I mean, I can go to Harbor Freight right now, and actually I did this when I was first starting out. I went to Harbor Freight and got a bunch of shovels, a bunch of rakes, post hole diggers, digging bar, breaker, demo bar, whatever you call them, rock bar, and some other stuff, flathead shovels, stuff like that. And they were like $9 a piece, you know. Now, both of those shovels heads are made in Mexico. I mean, nothing against Mexico, but it ain't made in America, come out, you know, so it's alright though. We repurposed them. They'll have many more years, as long as they don't get completely destroyed. And one of those shovels I did actually have to weld because it was cracked, so I did fix it that way. There is quite a bit of a process to fixing these things, and like I said, to sum this all up, it does not make financial sense to do the repairs to these small hand tools. It makes sense just to go buy a new one, just because of the cost it takes and the time it takes to repair them. But if you're anything like me, and you love junk, and you love making junk less junky, you kind of got a knack for it, and it makes you happy somewhere inside. So that's what it does with me. But yeah, I'm gonna go shut down the Jenny and sweep up a little bit in there. Go to the computer, do some book work, close out the books for today, and do some emails, look at some drawings, maybe submit a couple bids together. I don't know. Get something to eat maybe. I don't know. But this is where I'm going to end the video for today, guys. I appreciate you guys for watching. It was a very adventurous day. Sort of, not really, kind of lame, I don't know. But tomorrow will be another day, and I will try to film tomorrow too. Ah, stitching's coming undone on my boot. Guys, these boots were up to here today. And muddy water at the scrapyard. These are the Red Wings Deltas, okay? No other cowboy boot I've ever tried or had is waterproof up to there. They leak right at where the tread meets the leather, and these have never leaked on me yet, and I've had them for over a year. I'm super impressed with these boots. I will definitely buy them again. But yeah, that's just my little spiel. I always go in the spiels, I know. Anyway guys, let's wrap this up before I go on to another spiel. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys for watching, and subscribing and liking and sharing and commenting and all that good stuff that everybody else asks you to do. And hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you on the next one.